Hiya, Georgie. What a nice boat. Do you want it back?
You're listening to Fun with Horror with your hosts, Scotty and Andrew.
Hello, friends with horror. It's me, Andrew.
And it's me as well, and I'm Scotty.
And welcome, friends, to episode 175 of Fun with Horror. We are the most wholesome horror movie podcast in the entire world. This is the podcast where two long-distance best friends stay in touch by taking turns giving each other horror movies to watch, and then we discuss them with each other and with you, our listeners.
Last episode, not the last episode, but 2 episodes ago, I got to choose our next movie, and it's our first movie of 2026, so Happy New Year, everybody. But
Happy New Year!
our first movie is It. It, the movie, not Stephen King's It, the miniseries, but the movie It from 2017. Right, Andrew? Did you watch the correct one?
I did watch the miniseries, but I feel like they're close enough.
Yeah, they are. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
But stay tuned to the end of this episode in which we all get to hear what Andrew will pick for our next movie. Will he pick It Chapter 2 or will he pick something else? Only Andrew knows until the end of this episode, and then we'll all know.
I mean, you're right. That's true.
So, Andrew, let's be incredibly truthful and honest with our listeners. We're starting off the new year with a bang here.
Yeah, oofta. It's a night, buddy.
Actually, this is our second episode of the new year. We're recording this in 2025, but, I mean, we're releasing, or in the past tense, because people are listening to this into January, we released our year in review and resolutions episode on the new year. So this is our second episode of the new year.
That's true. You're right. So we're not starting it with this is fine. This is episode 2. It's like, hey, we get hiccups.
We have lots of hiccups. What's going on, Andrew? What's happening?
Well, my internet's not great. We're having crazy thunderstorms in Washington State, as many of you have probably seen. Lots of flooding around near us. So internet's not wonderful here. So we're now doing FaceTime on our phones while recording through our computers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing.
And it's great. Now I am perfectly framed in my phone, but Andrew, I don't know what he's doing.
I can't see me. I know. I just
see a tiny little Andrew head at the very bottom of the phone, and now I'm motion sick because he's moving everything. There we go.
There you go. I'll just hold it. I'll get my arm workout in today.
That's amazing. That is awesome. So, buddy, how's your new year going?
Well, I'll tell you in a couple weeks when it actually is.
Awesome.
Wink.
That's the only downfall to recording so far ahead is that we don't really it's the new year for everybody listening, but we haven't even experienced Christmas. We may all be dead by now.
Boy, that's a good way to look at 2026.
But I suppose if we're all dead, then that means that this episode never gets released.
That's true. Unless aliens finally come down and take over after we're dead, and they're like, what the heck is a podcast? And then they listen to this. What if
aliens came down and our podcast just happened to be the first one they heard?
That'd be pretty awesome, man.
We are on the planet Fun with Horror. Because that's what aliens sound like.
I think so. And they make statues of us and they worship us. Oh, that'd be cool.
Worship. Oh, that would be awesome. But hey,
it would be.
You know what?
What?
Let's talk about it. It, Andrew.
Oh, It. Oh, the movie. The miniseries.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay.
I'm Beverly Marsh. Yeah, I know that because we're in the same class, social studies, and you were. I'm Ben, but pretty much everybody just calls me
The new kid. Well, Ben, there are worse things to be called. Let me sign this.
It was released on September 8th, 2017. It was directed by Andy Muschietti, and it was written by Chase Palmer, Cary Fukunaga, Gary Dauberman, and based on the novel by Stephen King. It stars Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, Jaden Martell, or Lieberer, as Bill Denbrough, Finn Wolfhard as Richie Tozier, Jeremy Ray Taylor as Ben Hanscom, Sophia Lillis as Beverly Marsh, Chosen Jacobs as Mike Hanlon, Jack Dylan Grazer as Eddie Kasprak, Wyatt Oleff as Stanley Uris, Nicholas Hamilton as Henry Bowers, Owen Teague as Patrick Hochstetter, and Jackson Robert Scott as Little Georgie Denbrough.
No, little Georgie. But before we start spoiling everything and anything about this movie, let's let people know what we thought about it without the spoilers before we do that. But people want to know, what did we think of this movie? Now, I'm going to ask you what you think, but of course, if people listen to our 10th episode, which I won't even say what our 10th episode is, I want you all to go look, and you might want to listen. But they might know how you feel about this movie. But we might have a brand new listener right here today that has no idea. They're like, what's fun with horror? Does he like this movie? Why'd he pick it? So, Scotty, what do you think of the movie It from 2017?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No, Andrew, in our 10th episode, we listed our 10 favorite movies, horror movies, that is, because we're a horror movie podcast, you see.
Oh, that's right.
And when we listed those, my number one favorite horror movie of all time is It, this movie right here.
Nice.
That has not changed since we did that episode all those years ago.
I love it.
I'm going to say this. This is a 5-star movie for me. I love this movie. But this is going to bring up some stuff this episode. I have wondered if I'd ever want to do this movie, if I would. Did I say that right? Was that good grammar? I was wondering if I would ever want to do this movie. There we go. That was good.
You got it.
That was pristine, as they say. Last October, I was watching this movie near the end of the month, and with Welcome to Derry coming out, the TV show, I decided, I think I'm ready to do these movies.
Nice.
So that's why I finally picked it. And yes, it's a 5-star movie, but it is not without quibbles.
Ooh.
And so that's one thing we might talk about in this episode, that a movie may be our very favorite movie.
Right.
It may be our favorite horror movie to watch in the entire world, but we can still mention things that could be a little bit better.
I completely agree. And I do know one of your quibbles for this one because I believe we've talked about it. So
I can't wait to hear what you say.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. That'll be a fun game we can play. Guess the quibble.
Ooh, I like it.
New with Fun with Horror in 2026. Guess the quibble.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Guess the quibble. That could be a little segment.
Maybe we should, dude. Maybe I should guess what you find wrong with a movie, and you should guess what I find wrong with a movie.
Oh man, that sounds awesome. All right, well,
okay.
You know what?
We'll try it.
discuss.
We'll try it today.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like it.
Now that said, Andrew, we know that this is my favorite movie, but how do you feel about it?
I agree with you, my friend. This, to me, is also a 5-star movie. I think it's such a blast. I think it was done so well, and I'm very excited to talk to you about it. I will say, though, I don't really have quibbles with this movie. Like I said, I know the one you have, or I think you have, and it doesn't bother me if you still have that quibble that we talked about.
That's interesting. This movie wasn't even in your top 10.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I had kind of forgotten, especially when we did the top 10. I don't know. We were still pretty new to the podcast. I've definitely gotten like more of an appreciation for movies and like understanding of it since we've done it. This for sure would be in my top 10 now. Yeah, I think my whole list would be very different, buddy, than what it once was.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
we may have to talk about that sometime.
For sure. We will. But to all of our friends listening, because we just talked a little bit about the movie without spoiling it, now we're going to spoil it. So it is time for our spoiler warning, which will be followed immediately by our trigger warnings. So if you haven't seen the movie, you don't want anything spoiled for you, this right here, right now, is the point of no return. So feel free, pause this episode, go watch the movie, and then come right back to this moment and then listen. But of course, before we talk about the rest of the movie, we want to let you know of any major trigger warnings, which is inspired by the website doesthedogdie.com. As many of you know, pretty much every horror movie has some triggers, but there's definitely some that we would want you to know about before watching the movie, so this is the time where we would let you know about that. First and foremost, Scotty, are there any animals in this movie?
Andrew, there are 2 types of animals in this movie. First, we have a bunch of sheep.
Ah, yes, and do the sheep die in this movie?
Andrew, unfortunately, yes, the sheep do die. They are killed with a bolt gun. The first sheep you don't really... No, the first sheep you do see it happen. It is done with special effects. You see it happen. But the second sheep is kind of hidden. You just hear it happen. So you do see one sheep die. Obviously, it doesn't die in real life. It's CG. But if you're disturbed by that kind of thing, there you go. But however, we also have another animal. We have a cat in this movie.
Ooh, yes, you are right. And is the cat hurt in any way?
The cat is not hurt. The cat does not die.
Yay!
The cat is threatened with death, but it does not die.
Good. Phew. Good.
Okay, so with that over and done with, you know what I'm doing?
I think that you're rolling a 20-sided die that is orange, and what you're going to do is have me stop that die, and if it lands on an even number, you're going to give a 3-minute recap of the movie, and if it lands on an odd number, I'll give a 3-minute recap. Does that sound about right?
That sounds perfect.
Oh, thank you. Yes. And stop.
The number is 15, Andrew. You are doing the 3-minute recap of my favorite horror movie of all time.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. But let me tell you, just to put a little less pressure on you.
Okay.
I'm on a group chat, and this group chat, it contains Jaden Martell, Finn Wolfhard, Jeremy Ray Taylor, Sophia Lillis, Chosen Jacobs, Jack Dylan Grazer, Wyatt Olef, and Bill Skarsgård.
Wow.
And when I asked them who they would like to hear do the 3-minute recap, guess who they said?
Probably you, I would hope.
No, they said Bill Skarsgård.
Well, I think we'd all want that. Let's be honest.
But immediately, unfortunately, Bill just dropped out of the chat mysteriously.
It sounds like him.
We're going to go with their second choice, which is you.
Oh, wow. That's
they said they all
wow.
love you. So
Oh, my gosh. That is so nice.
they said they've
Wow.
never met a loser quite like you.
Oh, wow.
Now, I
that's
took
very
that. I
sweet.
took that to mean, in terms of the movie, but
I mean, I do wake up every morning and look in the mirror and say loser, but I mean, I get it. I get it. You probably do mean movie. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Wyatt Olef is saying whenever he's ready, tell him to start already.
Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry, Wyatt. Jeez.
Wow.
Hey, can we have some patience, Wyatt? Okay.
Wait. Oh, Chosen just said, chill out, Wyatt. He's going to start when he starts. He's the best.
Thank you. That was very kind, and you're right. I am the second best to Scotty. Okay.
No, to Bill. To Bill, I'm third.
Well, that's not true. All right. Here we go. Take it.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
It from 2017 starts with Georgie going and making a little boat with his brother Bill, and he decides to go out into the the street to play with it in the rain, where it unfortunately goes down the drain pipe, where we finally get to meet our antagonist of the movie, which is a clown by the name of Pennywise, who says that he has his boat, Georgie's boat, and that he'd like to give it back to him. They become friends, wink, but he asks Georgie to reach in to grab his boat and unfortunately bites Georgie's arm off and pulls him into the sewers. We then essentially meet kind of our main characters from this group, as we will eventually call them, the Losers Club. We have Bill. I wrote their names down. Usually we don't do on the 3-minute recap. I'm not reading anything, but I do want to get all their names down. But we have Bill, we have Richie, we have Eddie, we have Stan, we have their new friend Ben, and of course, and then their other new friend, Beverly Marsh. And during this time, we also see them at school where they're harassed by Henry Bowers, who's a bit of a psychopath there at the school, and his goons. Eventually, all of these boys, and Beverly, I should say, see Pennywise in different forms, as different scary things to them, because it essentially recreates their worst fears. It feeds off of fears, this creature, this it. We see like Mike, who we meet a little later. We see his family like burning in a house. We see Stan has this creepy picture of this lady in the church that he goes to. Eventually, though, what's happening is Bill wants to find his brother Georgie. So he and the group get together and try and figure out what it is and if they can find Georgie by going through the sewers. There's a great scene where the losers are together and they kind of figure out what they need to do and look in the sewers to find Georgie. And there's a great moment where they're looking through these pictures and it pops out in this giant form, which we'll talk about. Eventually, though, they go and realize that it is in this well that goes down to the sewers in this creepy abandoned house. They go to it and to kind of confront it or find it, and it essentially finds them in the house. They have a fight. Stan gets his arm broken. Not Stan, excuse me. One of them gets their arm broken. All sorts of anarchy ensues. They do eventually, Beverly stabs it in the face, which makes him run off down to the sewers. At this point in the movie, they all kind of disband from one another. Things didn't work out. Everyone's mad. But it has other plans for them. So he eventually ends up kidnapping Beverly, which then, of course, brings the group back together to go and find Beverly down in the sewers. During this time, as they go down, Henry, the psychopath, who has at this point killed his dad and his friends in a deleted scene, but he goes to attack the group as well and gets pushed down the well, very, very far down the well, in a pretty awesome moment. But eventually the group goes down and sees that Beverly is floating in the air down in the sewer, as well as all these missing children that have been missing for a while. They're all floating in the sewer. Ben eventually kind of pulls Beverly down, who's had a crush on her this whole time, wrote her a beautiful poem, and he kisses her, and it wakes her up from her floating slumber, if you will. Eventually, though, it shows up, and the group attack him. Georgie, the body of Georgie shows up, but really it's actually just Pennywise. And Bill realizes that fear is what feeds this thing, so we need to band together, not be afraid, and beat the living crap out of it, which they do. They beat him dearly, and eventually it goes back down to his slumber, during which we find out that every, I think, 27 years he comes up to feed, but he didn't get to feed all that much this year, and so he's going to go back to his hibernation hungry because this group beat him up and made him go. At the end, they all realize that they're now, essentially a group that conquered it. They need to band together again or show their camaraderie, whatever you want to say. I can't think of the right words. But they all cut their hands and do like a blood pact, a blood oath. They hold each other's hands with their blood and then disband, waiting for it to show up again in part 2. There you go.
Well, the good news is that you came in just under 3 minutes.
Good.
And the other good news is that Finn Wolfhard took precious time off of his Stranger Things press tour to jump into the chat and say that he loved your 3-minute recap.
Oh, Finn, thank you. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
He said that everything you said was basically wrong, but that he still loved it.
That sounds right. Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't wrong. I'm just kidding. It was great. Andrew.
Oh, good. Thanks. Yeah, that was doing your favorite movie. That was tough, man. I was really hoping. I literally was like, really did not want to do the 3-minute recap. I'll be honest. I was dreading.
You should have said
it.
something.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So, Andrew, this is, besides being a movie that you felt immense pressure to do the 3-minute recap on.
Yes.
And again, you should have. I mean, if you ever don't want to do the 3-minute recap, just say so. We can forego the, what do you call it? The dice roll for an episode if you ever want to. This is
okay. All right.
The only rule is there are no rules. But
good to know.
But I have so many notes that I took while watching this movie, and I don't know how to even talk about this except to just start talking. But first of all, I want to know what you think my quibbles with this movie are.
Well, like I said, I think I know you obviously have more than one, but the one that I remember us talking about at one point was, I know you hate when things get sped up, and I know that in this movie we see Pennywise, there's quite a few times actually where he's like running or whatever, and it kind of speeds up or makes the background a little fuzzy. It's just kind of a weird way to film it. I don't mind it. That was the one I was like, I don't mind it, but I remember us talking about it where you said, I don't like that. And maybe it's changed, but I just remember that conversation.
You know what? You are absolutely correct.
Yes.
Except it's not the same as, like, say, like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't that kind of speeding up, but they do this weird thing where Pennywise will be coming straight at the camera or straight at one of the kids, and they kind of move the background independently of Pennywise.
Yes.
It's just a kind of a weird effect. Now, I don't mind it. I don't hate it. I just wish they had done it a little bit differently.
Okay.
I forget if I have any other. I have so many notes that I may have some tiny eensy-weensy quibbles.
Mm-hmm.
But in this, our inaugural game of Guess the Quibble, I can't guess any of yours because you don't have any.
You're right. Yes, it doesn't work for me because and like I said though, I mean, this happens with our episodes where, you know, you might bring up a quibble or say something and I'm like, oh, that's right, I forgot about that. So it's entirely possible I will have quibbles by the end of this because you might remind me of something and go, oh yeah, that's right. But really, nothing. As I was watching it, nothing bothered me. Honestly, I just had a great time again.
I remembered one little quibble.
Oh, okay. What is it?
I hate to bring this quibble up because I don't like to critique actors too much, but I'm going to ask you, what did you think of the acting in this movie?
For the most part, I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I thought most of the kids did a great job.
What did you think of Nicholas Hamilton's acting as Henry Bowers?
You know what? I actually didn't mind him.
Okay. You liked him.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job being a creepo. Yeah, I know he was loud and like, you know, everything was kind of to a 10. It seemed like whenever he talked, but
you know,
yeah,
that's not what my critique is though.
Oh, okay, what is it?
My critique is more that he seemed a little bit stiff at times with his acting. Like, of all the actors, he seemed the most like he was reading lines off of a script at times.
Okay.
So part of that is maybe direction too. You know, it may be how he was directed, because there are times when he does a great job, you know, and he does play a bully really well.
Right.
And I hated him in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But he kind of reminds me of Joffrey in Game of Thrones.
Yep.
But the difference is that Jack Gleason, who played Joffrey, was more animated in his evil, you know?
Yeah.
There's like the part closer to the end of the movie where Henry, you know, he sees the balloon at the mailbox and he goes to his mailbox and he's kind of in like this weird trance.
Yes. Yep.
And I didn't love that. I didn't love the trance. I didn't like that decision, really.
Interesting. Okay. That didn't bother me. I'll be honest, that didn't bother me.
That's really good to hear, especially coming from somebody who has done acting yourself. So, like, I love your acting critiques.
Oh.
Because, I mean, you're a famous actor, so you've been in lots of movies, like the centennial horror movie on Amazon Prime called Knife Point, which may actually be my favorite movie before it. I haven't decided yet.
Oh God, what an honor, man. We'll pick that for one of these movies, and I'll tell you all my quibbles.
So I'm going to blow your mind a little bit because
Yes.
Here's the thing. Like, I love this movie so much because the book is also one of my probably 2 favorite books ever written.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I've read it a few times. There's the scene that everybody talks about in the book that obviously isn't in the movies.
Right.
And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. But I wish that scene wasn't in the book.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people wish that scene wasn't in the book.
Well, let's talk about it now. So,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody mostly knows this, but obviously the book has a scene that I didn't really think twice about when I was a teenager reading this book, which is interesting. It didn't bother me at all.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a scene where the kids are about to go down into the sewers. They're about to confront it, the entity, and they how do you even talk about this?
Yeah.
Beverly has all of the boys lose their virginity with her.
That was a very good way to put that, Scotty.
Oh, well, thank you, Andrew.
You're welcome.
But she does it in a way so that they're all joined, like spiritually, physically. They're as close as a group of 7 friends can possibly be after that.
Right.
So when I was a kid, that's how I thought of it. You know, I was like, I wasn't even like, ooh, they're having sex.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay. But I got it. I was like, what Stephen King has later said in life, that's how I took it. I was like, yeah, so they're all closer together and now they're stronger together to fight this interdimensional being.
Right.
Now, as an adult, I'm like, you couldn't think of any other way to get them that close?
Right.
Steve, really?
Right.
You had to have an underage child orgy. They're all like 11 years old or something. It's not even an orgy. It's another word, you know, the gong bong.
Oh, God. Oh my God.
Yeah. And I'm not one for censorship or having things changed, but I would be a very happy Stephen King fan if he said, look, I'm releasing it in a new edition without that scene.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be really cool.
So there, we've talked about it. We've talked about the infamous scene.
Yes.
Did you know that it was an interdimensional being?
I knew that I don't know if that's the word I knew. I just knew that he was like almost, I would almost say like godlike, this like, you know, this thing that's unexplainable. So I guess I didn't know interdimensional. I just knew that he was something that we have never understood or wouldn't understand, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, he is, or it is, an interdimensional being that actually did come from space.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Well, they mentioned that in It Chapter 2.
See? Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Yep. I
But
remember that.
That's just one thing I want you to understand before we talk about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, man, there's so many things. Where do I even start? We start at the beginning.
At the beginning.
What'd you think of the opening of this movie, Andrew?
Oh, it's great. So, I mean, this is such a famous... I feel like even people that didn't know the movie or even the miniseries, it's just such a... It's a famous scene. Like, even I think I'd seen the miniseries before I watched this, but I didn't really remember it very well when I saw this in theaters. But I knew it was coming. I was like, oh, it's the famous Georgie scene. It's just such a famous, iconic scene that people just know about. Same with, like, you know, the famous prom scene in Carrie without spoiling it. Like, even if you haven't seen it, you know it. You know that scene.
Well, heck, they spoiled that in the movie poster for Carrie.
Yeah, they did. You're right. Gosh. Oh, Good for them. But no, I loved it. I thought it was great. I think it's such an iconic scene. I saw this in theaters with Cindy, my wife, and she, like, we both were like, oh, he bites his arm off. And then we actually see him crawling with his arm off, which I was not expecting. We thought, it was going to be like a bite and then cut. But no, we watched this little boy without an arm crawl away and then get dragged into the sewer. It's an intense scene. It's wild, man.
So I guess that's one thing I want to say. I've already spoiled one scene from the book, and sorry to spoil that one. Jeez. But I'm probably going to spoil some stuff from the book because I do want to talk about some of the differences between the book and the movie.
Yes, please.
But I'll try not to spoil incredibly too much. I don't know if I may be lying to you right now.
See, for me personally, I'm excited about this because I love the movie and I've actually never read the book. I've never read the book. So I'm excited to hear the differences. I love stuff like that. So I'm excited.
And I kind of have to talk about the book to talk about why I love this story so much.
I get that. Yeah.
So what you just brought up, though, that's one of the main differences between this movie and the book. In the book, Pennywise or it just kills children. In the past, children have gone missing and such, but a lot of them are found. And Georgie, right away in the book, he is found. He gets his arm ripped off, and then he bleeds out in the street and dies.
Oh, whoa.
But Andy Muschietti, and actually, I guess whoever wrote this movie, there's like 3 writers of this movie that are not Andy Muschietti, which is interesting.
That is interesting.
I remember when Cary Fukunaga was attached to this movie and was going to direct it. Now, he's the guy that did True Detective season 1.
Oh, I did love season 1. Oof.
But Andy does talk in the commentary as if these are choices that he made. It's a kind of a weird thing with the commentary and the fact that he doesn't have a writing credit for this movie. But yeah, he wanted to give Bill and the children, the other Losers Club kids, a reason to go into the sewers, to go after it. And the reason was that Bill wanted to find Georgie.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's one major difference. Other kids did go missing in the book, but specifically Georgie, he was just dead in the book. So
then my question is, in the book, is there incentive to go after Pennywise just because he's been kind of after them? Like, they're like, we got to stop this? Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Because they do find out about him, I keep saying him. They do find out about it, and they kind of realize that he disappears for a bunch of years. Now, in the book, it's not always 27 years.
Oh, really?
It's somewhere around that. Like, sometimes it's 23 years, sometimes it's 25, but it's just a number around there. He wakes up when he's hungry again.
Interesting. Okay, that's
And
cool.
again, forgive me for saying he. I just, it's hard to get out of the habit. It is it. It's not,
right.
It is not gendered.
Right. It's hard when, especially after watching this, when Bill does such a great job at it, that it's like, you just think of Bill almost. Like, he did a good job. So I get that.
And now that's the other thing about the book. And one thing I loved about the book is that it is sometimes Pennywise.
Right.
And of course, Pennywise is the one you remember because you're like, oh, killer clown, crazy, scary. But it takes the form of whatever scares you the most.
Right.
Which brings up another difference in the book and the movie that most people know this, but the book is okay, let's just get into this. The book is a big ass book. It's over 1,000 pages long.
Yep.
And it tells the story of the 7 kids who go after it. And then it goes back and forth between their story and then the adults' story. It's the same kids as adults, it chapter 2, basically.
Right. Oh, so it goes back and forth, then it's not like cut in two like the movies.
Right.
Interesting. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so you'll have parts where adult Ben Hanscom is flying to Derry, and as he's flying to Derry, he drifts off to sleep, and he starts reminiscing, and he remembers the time when Henry Bowers carved an H into his stomach, and he met the other kids from the Losers.
So that's kind of similar then, if I remember right, to the miniseries. I think it kind of did that, where it was like they were adults, then it would cut to memories. If I remember right, I think that's how it went.
If I remember right, it was mainly in the beginning.
Okay.
Because you met the 7 as adults, and then they remembered being kids.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the miniseries was a 2-night miniseries. The first night did focus mostly on the kids.
Okay.
And you got to the end of the kids' story. And in the second night, you got to the adults. Now, in the book, you have the climax of the kids' story just right before the climax of the adult story.
Okay.
It's awesome. I love the way the book is written.
That's cool. Okay, that's really cool. I actually like that a lot.
But I also know that it would be hard to do that with a movie, or even if they made this into a series, or if they had made this into a series, which, I kind of wish they had.
Yeah.
Especially after watching Welcome to Derry.
Mm-hmm.
I do kind of wish they had, and I wonder if Andy wishes this too. I wonder if he wishes that he could have taken more time and made it Chapter 1 as like a 9 or 8 or 10 episode series.
Yeah.
And then it Chapter 2 is season 2, and that's the whole book.
That would have been really cool. That would have been really cool.
Yeah, because you do get hints of the book. What I was going to say is the book, the kids portion of the book takes place in the 50s.
Right. Yep.
And the adult section takes place in the 80s.
Right. I did know that about the book, because I even thought when they started doing Welcome to Derry, and they did kind of what seemed like the 60s, I was like, oh, cool. Okay, so you're getting kind of the feel of the book, that time frame, which I was like, that's cool,
Yeah. It's very cool, let me tell you, buddy. But yeah, so the shapes that it took in the book to scare the kids,
mm-hmm.
they might not be as scary to 80s kids. And so they would have to really embellish things. For instance, I think it's Ben who goes to see I Was a Teenage Werewolf with Michael Landon.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is a super scary movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was even that scary back then, but he is scared of the werewolf.
Ah, okay.
And I think Eddie is scared of the mummy.
Mm-hmm.
I forget who's scared of what, but there's a couple of references in this movie. When Pennywise is coming towards the kids in the kitchen of the Neibolt house,
Yep.
his hand turns into a werewolf hand.
Yep, absolutely it does.
And that was absolutely just a nod to the novel.
So is the mummy then.
And the mummy near the end of the movie, correct.
Very cool. That's cool. Those are fun Easter eggs. I like that.
But when you have a 2-hour or 2.5-hour movie, yeah, you want to kind of give the audience Pennywise.
Right. Yep. I get that.
And I'm going to say this. I'm not going to talk too many spoilers about the TV series Welcome to Derry.
Okay. Yeah.
But I will say one thing I appreciate about Welcome to Derry is they do lean on it taking the form of things that scare people the most.
Right. Okay. That's cool.
They kind of lean on that more.
Cool. That's very cool.
While still giving you Pennywise. So there you go.
Nice. Best of both worlds, buddy.
But yeah, so I wanted to talk about that difference. Because, yeah, otherwise the main differences are just, there's things that they just didn't have time for. You have a 2.5-hour movie and you're telling the kid's story in those 2.5 hours.
Right.
What are you going to do? What are you going to have time for?
Right.
This is something I know for a fact that I mentioned in our 10th episode. One of the things I love about this movie is the fact that it kind of doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It is scene after scene of scares and different events that happen with this entity, with it, or with Pennywise.
That's very true. You're absolutely correct. This is one that it's a thrill ride. That whole movie is. I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah. What was your favorite scene, buddy?
Oh man. Oh gosh. Well,
You know what? I know we're the most wholesome podcast in the world, horror movie podcast, but when you go, oh man, oh gosh, that just like, oh man, it just drives the wholesome right into my heart, and I love it.
oh thanks, buddy.
Golly gee. Let me think about that.
Gosh.
You're so wholesome, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I mean, honestly, it's hard though, because that whole movie is just fun. I would say, actually watching it this time, well, I'm not going to say it's my favorite. It's one of my favorites, but there's a scene that I genuinely loved, and there's not a scare in the scene. It's actually just sweet. Ooh. But I loved the moment when Ben is out with his bike, leaving school, holding his diorama. It's Ben. Yeah, Ben is holding it. And Beverly and he start talking, and she's trying to get past him, and he drops it all. It's the moment she opens his yearbook, and she gives this look that's like so perfect, because she opens it and sees that no one has signed his yearbook. He's the new kid. He's kind of a dork, I guess, there. And it's just that sweet moment where she sees it and then signs it. And it was just like, it showed so much about her character and his. And I fell kind of in love with both of them. I just was like, oh, I love these two. Like, I really, without spoiling part 2 or the book, I'm like, oh, cool. But I loved that moment so much. And I just felt like Ben's such a sweet little guy. And Beverly's such like they're just perfect together. So I don't know. That scene really hit me differently watching it this time. I just was like, oh, I love this. Like, it was so sweet. So that's one of my favorite scenes.
And that's when we talk about the acting.
Yeah.
The casting of the 7 losers.
Yes.
Was perfection.
Completely agree.
And you feel that having not read the book. Having read the book, I completely feel it. They picked the perfect kids to play each kid. And one of my favorites is absolutely Ben Hanscom, played by Jeremy Ray Taylor. He's got so many like little facial expressions and looks. And it's like when she's signing his yearbook, the way he's looking at her over the edge of the top of the yearbook is so sweet.
It's so sweet. But I also love that he kind of comes into his own a little bit. Just a little bit. There's that moment where Richie says something like, nerd alert. And he goes, no, this is actually really interesting. I just love the way he says it. Like, no, you're wrong. This is interesting what I'm doing. And I'm like, yeah, man. You go, Ben. Like, it is interesting.
And I'm not even sure if he's like just kind of like being what you're talking about, coming into his own, or if he's just like, he's such a nerd that he doesn't even really hear Richie. He's like, no, check this out. Like, you're going to love this,
You're probably right. I love how he says it, though. I'm just like, that's such a great line. Like, no, it's interesting.
One of my favorite moments with Ben is when they're in the alley after he's been sliced by Bowers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're in the alley, and Beverly comes into the alley, and she says, are you sure that they have the right stuff?
Yes.
And he just gets this like little look on his face, like this little grin, like they have this inside joke, and he's like, dude, it's like my favorite little thing.
Well, and even in his room when she closes the door, and that's actually that part genuinely every time makes me laugh, where we see the New Kids on the Block poster, and it does their song for like 2 seconds. And the look he gives of like, please, no, like, please close that. It's perfect. Like, I think Ben is my loser. He's my favorite loser.
I don't know who my loser is. I'll be honest. I mean, honestly, I hate to pick him, but I've always kind of been I've kind of identified with Bill in a way. And I love the way that Jaden plays Bill. Now, in this movie, he's credited as Jaden Lieberer.
Okay.
But that's because after this movie, he changed his last name to Martell. So...
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Now everybody knows him as Jaden Martell. But if you watch the movie, the beginning credits say Lieberer. But I love it because they didn't make him too cool.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
They made him a quiet but good-looking boy that fits in with the other 6.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, if anybody comes across as the strongest of all of them, it's Mike Hanlon. It's Chosen Jacobs as Mike. And love that too. But
me too.
I've always loved Bill. Even though as an adult he's a flawed adult, you know.
Right. Yep.
Which we're going to talk about more when we do chapter 2, but
yeah.
As a kid, I loved Jaden. I loved the way he played him.
Yeah.
I love the moment before he sends Georgie out. Like, it's just such a nice scene.
Yeah.
And it breaks my heart. When Georgie dies, it breaks my heart even more because he yells out, Bill! He yells out his brother's name. And because of that short scene and how connected they are, I just love it. I love it. I don't know. I think Bill is my loser for whatever reason.
I love that. No, that's great. That's such a good. Honestly, it's hard to not have. You can't have a bad pick. I feel like they're all great in their own ways. You know.
I love the title card, the way it comes in after Georgie is killed, and I love that we go into the sewer pipe, and as it's coming out, you just see the word "it."
Yep.
Like up there. It's just, See, if I get to doing this, I'm just going to go through every freaking scene and I'm going to just lavish love all over this and we'll be here all night and we don't want to be here all night. So I can't do that.
I'll even go and we'll talk music later, but while we're at the beginning, I do want to say...
No, let's talk music now.
All right, let's just do it. Honestly, the beginning of this movie, the second I hear that piano entrance... Like, that to me is the It theme. Like, it's that to me is iconic. If I were to hear 2 notes, I would go, oh, it's it. You know, it gives off like this beautiful yet kind of haunting moment of what this movie's gonna be. Like, it's perfect. It's a perfect way to start that movie to me. It's the perfect music for it.
The score to this movie is one of the reasons this is my favorite horror movie of all time.
Yes.
There are iconic scores, but the thing that Benjamin Wallfish did with this movie, you know, I saw Annabelle Creation before I saw this.
Oh, right on. Okay.
And then I think I've mentioned this in a previous episode, but when this movie was being made, all of a sudden I think I had heard that Benjamin Wallfish was composing this, and then I went to see Annabelle Creation.
Oh,
and I
okay.
love the music in Annabelle Creation, so I was like, oh, this is going to be good. And yes, when that music started, the 27 years later theme, I was in love with this movie.
Yes. Yep.
Because that's another reason I love this movie. Andy Muschietti made a horror movie that feels like a Spielberg movie. It feels like The Goonies. And so this is another reason, this is why Stranger Things is such a popular show. People love the growing, the what do you call it? The, coming of age story, you know? They love to see kids growing up and dealing with something like this. And I've heard so many people say that Stranger Things, or that it, how do they say it? That it basically stole from Stranger Things.
Okay.
And I'm like, you do know where Stranger Things got all of its, like people are listening to this and going like, are you serious? But yeah, people have literally said that it, and it chapter, well, not chapter 2, but it like ripped off Stranger Things and stuff.
Oh,
and
guys.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny.
Let's see. So many scenes. Okay, my favorite scene.
Oh, yeah. Yes, please. What is your favorite scene?
We were talking about favorite scenes. I have a couple. And they're very popular, famous scenes.
Okay.
The scene in the garage with the slide projector.
Yeah, man.
How was that for you when you saw it in the theater?
Oh, it was great. It was a great moment. And it was a pretty packed theater, to be honest. We saw it relatively early in its theatrical release. But it was great because everybody had a nice jump together. And then we all kind of had that. It was that moment of after you jump, you go, oh,
Yeah.
It was perfect. It was so fun.
Because the first time watching that scene, when Pennywise comes out of the screen and then he's huge and he's stomping towards Beverly and the way it goes black and
Yes.
like everybody in the theater is like, holy crap. Oh my God, that was so intense.
Yeah.
Because it happens quickly and it just builds and builds and it's so intense.
Yep.
Oh, so good.
Yes.
So good.
Yep.
And that's why when we did another movie recently, I was like, they just ripped off it.
Yep.
But I'm not going to say that movie just in case people haven't seen it yet.
You're right.
But our faithful listeners will know what I'm talking about.
Yes, they will. What's another favorite, though? You said you had a few.
Before I get to that, I want to
Oh.
tell you, one of the famous behind-the-scenes stories of this movie is that the kids didn't interact with Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise until the Niebolt house scene where Pennywise comes out of the fridge and goes towards Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first scene they had together. But the first time they ever saw Bill Skarsgård in costume was in the garage up on that slide.
Oh, no.
So they had no idea. Andy purposely left it a mystery what Bill looked like as Pennywise until that moment. He wanted that to be a realistic reaction to, how Bill looked and what Pennywise looked like.
That's
So.
cool. I love that he did that. That's perfect.
My other favorite scene, and I know you absolutely loved this scene, was the scene where Richie goes into the clown room.
Oh, mama, did I love it. Oh,
That is a great freaking scene. First of all, we both love creepy clowns.
yes. Yep.
We both love creepy dolls.
Yep.
So you had a bunch of clown dolls in this room. The lighting was beautiful.
Yes.
First of all, the color and the lighting in that room was gorgeous. It was like blue and dark.
Yep.
Of course, they had a homage to Tim Curry.
Yeah, they did. That
They
was
had
sweet.
a clown that looked like his Pennywise, which I thought was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I love the way Pennywise leaps out of that coffin and lands on it.
Me too. The way he does it is so creepy and yeah, it's just perfect. The way he lands too it's so good. It's such a good scene.
And there's an homage to the book in that scene. And it's not really a quibble. It's just something I wish they had put into the movie more.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah. So Pennywise, when he jumps out and he looks at Richie, he goes, beep, beep, Richie.
Yep.
So that's from the book. In the book, Richie was just like in the movie. He was obnoxious. He was always telling jokes that were inappropriate, that were bad jokes. He was doing his voices, which they hinted at in the movie. But every time he would do that and he would tell a bad joke or something, one of the other losers would go, beep, beep, Richie. Like, it was their way of saying, shut up, Richie. And I wish they had left it in because, yeah, it's kind of a 50s type phrase, like telling somebody beep, beep. Because I think it was taken from the Roadrunner.
Oh,
Like,
that makes
beep, beep.
sense. Yeah, beep beep. Yeah.
Don't quote me on that one, though.
All right.
But it would have worked in this movie, too, if they were just like, beep, beep, Richie. Because they say it in the second movie, not to spoil anything, buddy.
Right.
The adults say it to adult Richie. Beep, beep, Richie.
And it would have been honestly like had you even done it like 2 times. You had plenty of time for someone instead of saying shut up, Richie, just say beep beep. Like,
Yeah.
I think that would have been a very easy thing to throw in there and yeah, I agree.
The scene where Pennywise comes out of the fridge.
Oh, I love it.
I got to tell you something embarrassing about that scene, though.
Uh-oh. Oh, yes, please.
I'm embarrassed to tell you this.
Okay.
So, he comes out of the fridge. He comes out. He's all contorted inside the fridge. And then he comes out and, he walks towards Eddie.
Right.
And he does that thing with his hand where, he's
Yep.
does the circular motion with his hand. We met a long time ago. We even met a cosplayer who would do that for the camera.
Mm.
You know, he was at WonderCon, and he was a really good Pennywise cosplayer.
Nice.
And he would do that motion. I was watching this movie in October, and I don't know how many times I've seen this movie so many times.
Yeah.
And I was watching that scene, and I had a moment, and I said, oh, he's making fun of Eddie's asthma and the fact that Eddie can't breathe. Oh, come on, Scotty.
I love it. That's great. Like, what a cool thing to discover later. You know what I mean? Like, this movie is a movie that keeps on giving. It's like, oh, a revelation. I love it, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Right? I'm embarrassed though, buddy.
Oh, don't be. No, I get it, because it's an interesting movement that he's doing. You know, I mean, it's interesting. So I get it. Don't be embarrassed by that. I get that.
My last quibble with this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so tiny, and it does not take away a single piece of a star. I still love this movie more than anything. There are a couple moments where things look a tad bit CG.
Yep. I would have that same quibble with you. I agree.
And that's even in the very opening scene when Pennywise shows his teeth and he bites down on Georgie's arm. That is a very CG looking moment.
Very CG. Very, very. Yep. Agreed.
I wish it looked a little bit better.
I even remember thinking that while watching it in the first time in the theaters, going, "Oh, that was not real." You know, like that.
Yeah.
That looked pretty fake, but I was so into it though, I didn't care. Like, I was like, whatever, this is fun. But I have that same quibble where even watching it this time, I was like, yeah, it's still a little CG.
Here's something I want to talk about, because this is another thing that some people just don't get, because it was brought out in the movie a little bit, but not expressly talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more expressed in the TV series, but it slumbers for 27 years.
Right.
It comes back and it has a cycle. The cycle begins with a violent death. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It always begins with some violent death. This cycle started with Georgie.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ben kind of learns through looking at the history of Derry that there's always a huge tragedy that ends the cycle.
Right.
So if we pay attention to what Ben tells us in 1962, the tragedy was the burning down of the Black Spot Club.
Right. Yes.
In 1935, it was the Bradley Gang shootout.
Right.
In which there was a big shootout in the middle of the street and a whole bunch of people died.
Mm-hmm.
And in 1908, one of the worst was the Ironworks.
Wasn't an
Is it
explosion?
the Kitchener Ironworks? Yeah, there's an explosion, but I'm trying to remember the name of the ironworks. I think it's the Kitchener Ironworks, but I also feel like that's wrong. I'm not going to look it up. Anyway, but the ironworks explodes during an Easter egg hunt.
Yes.
And a bunch of children, a whole bunch of, like 44 children, I think, died. I think that's what Ben says in the movie.
Oof.
So, hey, if you're watching the TV series.
Yeah. Yep.
There you go.
I knew that was coming because I knew the dates, or I knew after watching the movie, I was like, I know what's gonna happen around this time.
But that's the cycle. But when it is awake, children can see it. It shows itself to children in whatever form that scares them. But it can hide itself from adults.
Okay.
It also affects the entire town of Derry. It affects the adults. It brings out the evil in things. For instance, Henry Bowers being a bully, he would probably be your run-of-the-mill bully in a normal town, but in Derry, he's amplified. His evil is amplified by the presence of it.
Interesting. Okay, because he's pretty brutal in this.
He's very brutal. And you see hints of that when it kind of takes over Henry, puts him in the trance.
Mm-hmm.
You also see a hint of the adults ignoring what's going on when they're on the bridge with Ben.
Yep.
The car drives by and just keeps driving.
Yep.
And the red balloon inside the car is supposed to be your hint that this is the influence of it.
Right.
Also,
Interesting.
Beverly's dad. Beverly's dad is not a good person, but it makes sure that he's as evil and bad as he can be.
Interesting.
Mr. Keene from the drugstore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these are all evils that exist in the world, but it amplifies them.
Okay.
And that's brought out in the book more than it is in the movie. But that's when you see these horrible things happening.
Yeah.
It's good to know that this is the influence of it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So that's just something I wanted to mention that the book does have in common with the movie.
That's cool. And I mean, I wish they'd kind of explained that a little more, just that it amplifies. I like that because you do think like, wow, these are some psychos in this town.
Yeah.
But that's good to know.
Eddie's mom also.
Oh, yeah. With her Munchausen syndrome.
The fight between the kids that happens after Neibolt Street.
Right.
That is the influence of it. It knows that these kids are stronger when they're together.
Ah.
It kind of influences them and makes them fight to separate them. Yeah, it's normal behavior. It's normal kids fighting, friends getting mad at each other. But then Bill hits Richie across the face, punches him in the face.
Right.
A lot of that is the influence of it.
Interesting. I kind of love that, though. I think that's a cool way to, like, just make everyone a little worse. I mean, like, that's a cool way to do it, you know? This influence. Huh. Because I know that they, you know, not only the movie, but I think even the show talks about it, maybe. But just that Derry is, like, it's a weird place. That it's just a weird place. Like, people just know Derry's not normal. Like, it's not a... Which makes sense, I mean, because there's an influence, but it's just off. It's just off.
But people forget. And that's the thing. That's the influence of it. Like, people kind of forget once the cycle is over. Some people remember. For instance, we will see, you know, I don't want to spoil too much, but we will see that adult Mike Hanlon, he has stayed in Derry and he has continued to research it.
Right.
Which keeps it fresh in his mind.
Right.
While other people... in this movie alone, like, people just kind of ignore that it happens. And that's because a lot of times they just don't remember.
Right. Okay. Okay.
There's a bunch of Easter eggs. One thing that's very important in
Literally.
Yeah. Egg Boy.
Yeah, oh my gosh. That scene's great too.
Well, let's talk about that scene. Because there's a little hidden thing in that scene.
Oh, really?
Ben in the library.
Right.
What do you think of that scene?
I love it. I love that scene. They showed this scene before the movie came out. Not all of it, but him reading. It was like a 1 minute clip or something. And it shows that librarian in the background. The lady in the background is looking at the camera while he's reading the book. I loved it. I caught it right away. I was like, ooh, that's creepy.
That's something a lot of people don't catch right away. This is something I wanted to talk about because we just talked about... I'm going to mention the movie.
Yeah.
But when we talked about The Conjuring, Last Rites.
Yes. Yeah.
We talked about the movie being not subtle enough with some of its scares.
Agreed.
It's like something would happen in the background or kind of hidden in the shot, but the movie would be like, did you see that? Look.
Yes.
Did you see that? That's what I love. In this movie, there are a couple scenes where, like, for instance, the librarian, the lady in the back, you know, Ben's looking at this book and all of a sudden the camera shows him from the front and she's just in the back with this like evil smile.
Right.
Just like looking straight. She's looking at Ben. She's
Right,
looking at him from behind. But the movie doesn't point it out. Like, if you miss it, you miss it.
Yep.
There's another one and I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I caught it.
I remember. It's when they're in the alley.
Oh.
They're in the alley with Ben. Oh, I wonder if you noticed this one.
I don't know if I did.
Okay, so on the wall behind them is the mural of the Bradley Gang shootout.
Yes. Yep.
Near the end of that scene, after everything happens, one of them moves away, like steps to the side, and suddenly Pennywise, you can see him in that mural. He's under the car, his face, looking down at Ben.
Oh, I don't think I caught that. Dude, I've seen this movie so many times. I'll look that up after this. That's crazy.
Now, I will say that in that one, there is a slight subtle musical cue where the music kind of goes,
Man.
But if you don't look for it, you might not see it. And I love that they put that in there.
Oh,
it's just a
that's
hidden
cool.
little thing.
That's cool. I do love that. Wow, I did not catch that. I'm kind of shocked. I'm going to look it up right after this. I'm excited.
Here's something else I'm going to throw at you, buddy.
Please.
Did you notice any turtle references in the movie?
I did.
What do you know about the turtle, friend?
From what I know, is the turtle is sort of the opposite. And I might be wrong, so correct me, but it's sort of almost like the opposite of Pennywise. It's like the good, whereas Pennywise is the bad. They're two sides of a coin, sort of.
I'm not going to get too nerdy on you, but it all has to do with the beams of the Dark Tower in Stephen King's mythos, or what have you.
Right. Okay.
But yes, along one of those beams is the turtle, and the turtle's name is Maturin. Okay, I'm not going to completely spoil the end of the book, but the final battles in the book, they're way more cosmic and mental than they are able to even portray. Like the things that they talk about in the book would be so hard to do in a movie. I think they could probably do it.
Gotcha.
But I don't know if it would look as serious as it's supposed to be.
Okay.
But the turtle is this entity that helps the children fight Pennywise, basically.
Okay.
In a way, yeah. And so I just love that, like when they're in the lake or the reservoir or whatever, you know, they step on something and Bill just offhandedly says, "Oh, it's just a turtle."
Yeah. Or the boat at the beginning is turtle glue.
Oh, is it?
The glue is called turtle glue or something like that.
I don't know if I noticed that. That's weird. That's weird that I would not notice that. But
Well, hopefully
I did
I'm
notice
right.
that.
Like I think I saw that.
When Bill wakes up that one night and there's the scene in the basement with Georgie and Pennywise.
Yep.
You know, he's carrying a Lego turtle.
Yep.
So that's all. Everything having to do with the turtle is a reference to the book. And
Cool.
I love it.
I do know that without spoiling anything, I watched the first 2 episodes of the show, and there's definitely some turtle references in that as well.
I am not going to talk about the show too much.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just more little Easter eggs is all I'm saying.
What else, man? What else? There's so much. Every scene with Pennywise. I mean, we've talked about this. Another reason this movie is my favorite horror movie is because of Bill Skarsgård.
Yes. Dude. He's perfect as Pennywise. He was awesome.
Every scene that he is in, you just want to watch that scene over and over again.
Yep. Agreed.
I love the scene with Eddie at Neibolt Street with the leper.
Yes.
So in the book, the leper is right from the book.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Obviously, Eddie is a germaphobe.
Right.
So what's scarier than this diseased man who wants to like get his fluids all over Eddie and chase him? You know?
Yeah.
But I love Pennywise in the back of the house.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
If you lived here, you'd be home by now. Oh, come on. It's so good.
Oh, and I love the balloons. I love the shape of the balloons in that moment too. Oh,
Yes.
just that whole scene. And then when they pop and that's one thing I like too, is that after they pop, it shows, which kid? Sorry, we just said his name.
Eddie,
thank you. And then it cuts back to what he was looking at, and you still, like, there's nothing there, but you do see the balloon rippings falling from the sky a little bit. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that that's there.
I do love that.
Yeah.
The scene that I just mentioned with Bill in the basement with Pennywise and Georgie.
Yeah.
Now that does have the speed up thing,
Yes.
but it also has another one of my favorite Pennywise moments when Pennywise misses Bill on the stairs, but then he like just slides off the stairs after his eyes roll up into his head. Oh, come on.
It's so creepy. Oh, I do love seeing Georgie be like, you'll float too. I thought that was pretty so good.
Yeah, we have to give a shout out to Jackson Robert Scott, the little kid that played Georgie.
Yeah, man.
Because that part is amazing. The part in the sewer at the end of the movie.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You know, where he's like, I want to go home, Billy.
Yeah.
And like, the way he goes from like sweet little Georgie to like evil Pennywise Georgie. It's just amazing. Like that kid's so good. And he's got such a like little iconic like scream.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it, but
I know exactly what you're talking about.
and it's a scream he would only be able to do back in 2017 when he's a little kid, because then his voice is probably deeper now.
Yeah, for sure. I love though too that that little actor was in a Stephen King movie, obviously this one, and then also got to do Lock and Key, which was written by Joe Hill, Stephen King's son. I'm
That's
like,
right.
well, that's fun.
That's right. I totally forgot about that, buddy. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I just think that's cool.
And of course, every scene at the end with Pennywise, the entire thing in the tunnels.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I remember when I reminisce, young Andrew, I remember a day when this movie hadn't been made yet.
Oh sure.
I remember when they revealed what Pennywise was gonna look like. No, but seriously,
Yeah.
they revealed his look early on, but then I think it was one of the first photos that they showed, it like a screenshot from the actual movie of Pennywise.
Mm-hmm.
And they used the shot. Okay, so after the painting lady, the flute lady, attacks Stanley.
Yes. Yep.
And she like kind of slithers back into the pipe, but then
Yeah.
a hand appears and Pennywise pokes his head out again and looks at the kids.
Yes.
It's a cool scene, but they just showed Pennywise just peering outside of the pipe, that one little moment in a screenshot, and I admit it didn't look awesome back then.
Oh, interesting.
And it was like, what is this? Like, and people were worried. People were a little worried, like, that looks weird.
Huh.
But obviously, watching the movie in motion, it makes so much more sense.
Right. Yep. For sure. Oh, for sure.
Everything down in the sewers.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, oh man, what else? What else, man? Beverly getting taken by Pennywise, her and her dad.
Oh,
okay, there's a
dude.
difference.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to talk about this difference too.
Okay.
In the book,
Mhm.
there's a whole chase scene.
Oh.
Like Beverly's dad chases her through Derry.
Oh, geez.
I can't remember what his outcome in the book is at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember that I think she gets away from him by ducking into the sewers. I think. But there is a whole chase scene, whereas in the movie, she just slams him upside the head with a...
the toilet seat.
lid.
Or toilet, yeah.
Behind the scenes, though,
Mm-hmm.
Andy Muschietti talked about the first time Stephen King watched the movie.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And he said that Steve loved it. He loved the movie. He thought it was fantastic.
Yay.
But he had one question.
Okay.
He was like, I have no idea whether Beverly's dad is alive. And so that stuck with Andy. So he made sure that when I think they refilmed the scene or something,
Mm-hmm.
or they did pickups of it, and he made sure to show that her dad was breathing.
Okay. Okay. That's funny. Wow. I mean, I'd be fine if he died. That guy sucked.
Well, he dies in between the movies, so
no, I know, but still.
dies. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you, pal.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
What'd you think of Beverly getting hypnotized by the deadlights?
So that's interesting to me, and I might be wrong, help me out, but I believe that the deadlights are not just in it when it comes to Stephen King's books. Am I wrong? But aren't deadlights like a thing? Kind of like The Shine is like a thing? Or am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong.
I think they've been mentioned in other books.
Okay. I didn't know if other...
But what do you think the deadlights are?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the deadlights are kind of a representation of its true form.
Oh, okay.
Because its true form is so, like, humans can't lay eyes on it. If they see it, they immediately become frozen.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So it's kind of a representation of what it actually looks like. It looks like these three rotating lights. Now, to us, watching a movie, it's just three lights, but
Right.
using your imagination and letting your imagination fly a little bit, yeah, when somebody looks upon these lights, they are frozen in fear.
Okay. Okay. That's cool. Okay. I like that.
Do you also understand why Pennywise scares children so much?
Well, it feeds off fear, right? Yeah.
Right. But in a more physical sense,
Oh, okay.
it feeds on children. And it feeds on children because when they are scared, they taste so much better than adults.
Oh, yikes. Oh, no.
Fear tastes good to Pennywise or to it.
Right.
And so it scares people or children as much as it can so that they taste better when it finally eats them.
Yikes. That's pretty messed up.
See, now you got to watch the movie again knowing all this stuff.
I know. In all honesty, it's a book that I do want to read at some point. It's a trek, man. 1,000 pages is that's a little bit, you know.
They have an audiobook. You could just listen to it over time.
That's true. That's not a bad idea, actually.
There you go. So the whole scene, what'd you think of the whole scene in the sewers at the end? You loved it. I know. Tell me more. Tell me how you loved it.
I did love it. No. No, I loved the look of it. I loved seeing the kids like floating in the air. I thought it just looked great. Like it looked creepy, it looked weird, it looked interesting. I loved it. But I loved the battle because I liked that they all came together, they all realized kind of how to defeat it. With their friendship, their bond, their love for each other, you know, it did make them stronger, and that they were able to kind of overcome that evil essentially with love and good. I think that's great. I think that's cool. And it was fun to see them all kick butt, man, and just not hold back. It was really nice to see them kind of take their revenge on him. It felt good.
One thing that something I wish the movie had brought out a little bit more because, and I'm not going to spoil this, but it's something that plays a huge part in the second movie. The idea that imagination is a huge weapon against it. Now we see it because obviously Henry comes and he tries to shoot Mike with the bolt gun, and then Mike hits Henry and Henry goes down the well. But then Mike loses all the bolts, so he's only got one bolt.
Right. Yes. Yep.
So there's the moment where Mike has already used the bolt, the last bolt, and Bill has the bolt gun, and he holds it up to Georgie's head.
Yeah.
Or actually, wow, am I not remembering this right?
I think he does it to Pennywise's head.
Does he use the last bolt against Georgie?
Yes, and then he uses his imagination against Pennywise, like his head.
Pennywise,
yes.
yeah.
Yep.
In the book, they actually use Eddie's asthma spray, and they spray it or Pennywise. I think it's it. I think it's in the form of something else, but they spray it, and they believe that it's a weapon and that it's poison, and so it actually hurts it.
Cool. I like that. That's cool. That's fun.
So there it is. That's why it can't fight the kids at the end, because they're not scared of him.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
They're not scared of Pennywise, although I do love the part where Pennywise grabs Bill.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, just that whole scene. It breaks my heart. You know how when I do sound bites for the episodes?
Yeah, of course.
I try to find things without music in the background.
Yes.
All of Pennywise's famous lines in this movie have music playing behind them.
No! That sucks.
I think there's one I'll be able to use, but there's so many. I wanted to use all of them, but yeah, I won't be able to.
Oh, man. Yeah, because he's got great lines in this, so that's a bummer. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so that whole scene. And then I do love the I love the kids at the end. I love the circle.
Me too. Yep.
I loved Bill and Beverly kissing for the first time, or the second time, really.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep.
That's a cool little Easter egg too. So we find out earlier in the movie that they were in a play together and they kissed.
Right. Yep.
And that's the only time Beverly has kissed a boy, because there's so many rumors about Beverly that have been spread around.
I know, poor Beverly. Gosh.
Poor Beverly. Yeah, it's horrible. But the only boy she ever kissed was Bill in a play. There's a moment in her bedroom when the camera is showing different things in her bedroom, and it shows a program for a play called The Frog Prince.
Oh, I didn't catch that. That's cute.
So it's kind of a double thing. It's a reference to the play that Beverly and Bill were in,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also a reference to Ben because he's kind of like the frog that wakes the princess up.
That's totally true. Oh,
Did you
that's
love that? What did you
precious.
think about that scene when Ben kissed her?
I loved it because I'm like, they're soulmates, man. But I will say the part, speaking of those two, that breaks my heart a little bit. But I love that moment. But jumping back is right after Pennywise jumps out of the screen and
Yeah.
Beverly looks to Ben, who opens the door and saves her, essentially, because Pennywise is about to grab her. Ben is the one that opens the garage door and he's gone. And she goes over and touches his arm and she goes, "Thanks, Ben." And then walks over to Bill and hugs him. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
come on. Like,
Or when Beverly and Ben are in the bathroom
mhm.
and he's like, she's asking him about the poem.
Yes.
But then there's just the moment where Ben walks by the door of the bathroom and he sees them together. And, you know, there's just so many moments where Ben's just like, he's in love with her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But he kind of knows. And that's the great thing. The movie does a great job of showing this very subtly, because in the book, it's shown that, yes, Ben is very jealous of, he's jealous of Bill.
Sure. Yeah.
You know?
Yep. I
He
get that.
wants to be the one that Beverly falls in love with.
Right.
But at the same time, Ben also loves Bill. You know,
yeah.
he looks up to Bill. He thinks Bill is a great person, so he's not too angry about it.
Oh.
He's just more resigned to it, and that's kind of shown in the movie too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, what am I gonna do? Bill's a great guy.
Yep.
Pause.
No,
Bowie.
you're good.
Even after everything we've talked about, there's still so much that I could keep talking about. We haven't talked about the scene where the kids clean up the blood in the bathroom,
Oh, yeah.
which
Yeah.
is a great scene.
Yes. It is a great scene.
Tiny quibble.
Oh, okay.
Do you think all those kids could have cleaned all that blood out of the bathroom that cleanly?
I don't. No, that was like a well, not hey, they didn't do a great job. There was a drip when Beverly was in there later.
There you go. There you go.
So, you know what?
Needle drops. I love that they played The Cure during that scene.
Yeah. Yes, dude. Yes. That's a great song.
I love that they played XTC, Dear God, during
Yes.
the montage near the end.
I love that song. I love that song. It's great.
Oh, good. Me too. Me too, buddy.
Yeah. That scene actually was absolutely amplified because of that song or that montage.
I've got some behind the scenes. The opening scene, everything with Georgie and the boat and all that, it took them 2 weeks to shoot that scene.
Whoa.
It's because it was sunny in Toronto where they filmed this. So they had to wait until like sunset to shoot. So they would wait till sunset. They would shoot for an hour or two, and then they'd have to stop.
Oh, funny.
So like
That's
1 to 2
funny.
hours each day, and they were done. And that's why it took so long.
Oh, that's funny. That makes sense. I get that.
One of the most famous behind the scenes of this movie is Bill Skarsgård being able to move his eyes himself.
That is wild, man.
They were going to do that. They were going to do that in post. You've told this story.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were going to do it in post, and then Bill's like, no, I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first scene with Beverly and her dad in the apartment, it
Yes.
evidently got so hot on that set that they had to break for a while and get a third air conditioner to cool it off because it was that hot in there.
Jeez.
They had somebody come in to do bonding exercises with all the kids
Oh,
to
interesting.
make them really good friends and to make the losers like realistic, you know? And that worked.
That's cute. That's cool.
Andrew,
Yes.
have you ever seen Mama?
A long time ago, actually. Yes, I have.
There are two actors from Mama in it. One is the little girl, the small, I think the younger girl in Mama. She actually plays Greta, the bully girl in,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And then the leper in It is played by Javier Botet, and he played Mama.
That's cool. I did not know that. That's really cool.
They said that the children's show that is playing on multiple TVs which I love, by the way.
I did too. It was great.
They said that was some of the highlights of the shoot, was filming that TV show.
Really?
However, at one point, Andy talks about Bill doing his Pennywise dance and like just really going for it as Pennywise, and it actually scared some of the kids on that show.
Whoops.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And a tiny little behind the scenes, but the balloon above Henry's mailbox
Yes. Yeah.
is CG because it was so windy that they couldn't get a real balloon to behave. They tried.
That's fun.
And then deleted scenes. You mentioned one.
I did. Yeah.
You watched the deleted scenes?
I have before. I've watched them all. I didn't watch them this time, but I remembered that scene because I was like, oh, that would have been a cool scene to have in there of him just because he's in the car with his friends, and I think he's even talking to them, and then looks over and we see that they're dead. He's killed them.
Yeah. What do you think of that? Them cutting it out and everything.
I wish they'd kept it in. I liked it.
Like that?
Like I thought it was a good. I did. I liked that scene. I thought it was just. It shows that he's done. He's gone. Like yeah, he killed his dad, but no one's safe. He's gone. He's not Henry. He's I don't know what he is, but yeah. So I liked it.
By the way,
did you not like it?
I love the way he killed his dad.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Brutal.
It's like one of those psychotic things that you kind of wonder when it comes to a switchblade knife. Like, if you just held a switchblade against somebody and hit it, would it just go into their flesh? Like, and this movie answers.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I would assume with this movie it does, but I'm like, maybe not. But it sure did in this one.
The other deleted scene that you'll remember as soon as I say it is Eddie in the pharmacy, at the pharmacy, where Greta is behind the counter and she's like, oh, no one signed your cast.
Right.
I'll sign it. And then you don't see her sign it. You just see her start. And then Eddie looks at her and then he looks down and he just kind of loses his smile for a second. And then you see him a moment later and he's in his kitchen and you see that the word loser has been written on his cast and he's replaced the S with a V.
Yes. Yep.
There's a deleted scene that shows her writing loser on the cast.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't remember if this is included with the movie, but I also know that there is a deleted scene where the kids draw the short straws, the short stick or whatever to go into Neibolt House.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Yeah. That does sound familiar.
Did you love the part where Beverly hits her dad with the thing? And was that a good jump scare, buddy? When the camera moves over and Pennywise is right there?
Even watching it this time, I knew it was coming. I still jumped. It's just a good, quick moment.
Yeah. I remembered another quibble, buddy.
Oh, okay.
So the rock fight when the kids help Mike.
Yeah.
There are some shots of that. Some of the shots are great, but there's some shots during the fight where it just looks like the kids are standing in front of a green screen.
Yeah. Yep, there are.
And that's the thing. I don't know what it is about Andy Muschietti. I love him. I love him as a director.
Yep.
But a common complaint about him, and it was a complaint about The Flash. It was a complaint that I had with Mama at points, that sometimes his CGI it doesn't seem like they spend enough time on the CGI.
I would agree with you. And
that's one of the moments, yeah.
I will say one thing I love, though, about that scene is right before it happens, Mike is, Henry's got Mike down to eat the meat or whatever. They're about to, like, kind of beat up Mike. Isn't it right before that? And then Mike...
It's a little bit after, but yeah.
No, where Mike looks over to the left and we see Pennywise standing there with a hand and he waves it.
Yes. Pennywise waves
I do love that moment.
Yeah, the cut off hand. I love that so much.
Yeah. It's great. I love the memes that have come from that as well. They've never disappointed.
One other scene I want to mention, because with all the good acting in this movie, I think one of the best acting moments is when Beverly is in the bathroom and the blood spews up out of the sink. and her dad comes in, and that's like one of the moments where the movie is trying to show that adults can't see what the kids can see.
Right.
Her acting there, her freaking out, and her confusion that her dad can't see what's obviously coating the entire bathroom.
Right.
Like, that may be, in my opinion, the best acting in the entire movie.
It's hard to argue that. She was so good in this, man. She's really good at subtle moments and knowing exactly what she's thinking or at that moment. But then also big moments. She's great. I'm glad that we get to see her more. I'm glad that she did Dungeons and Dragons. I love that movie.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So I'm glad that we get to see her more because she's a fantastic actress.
Obvious shout out to Finn Wolfhard as Richie.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about Richie that much, but he is so good.
Yeah. He's exactly like he plays the character exactly how he's supposed to. Like he's that kid that you're like, we all knew that kid. Where you're just like, dude, shut up. Like enough. In
a way, but yeah, as an adult, you're laughing your ass off at him. He's so funny.
Totally. Yep, I agree.
His comic timing is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I do remember the story of, I think, oh man, which season was it? Because he did this in between 2 seasons of Stranger Things. And I think it was between...
Oh, nice.
Oh man, was it 2 and 3?
I bet it was 2 and 3 would be my guess.
Well, whichever ones it was, I remember them talking about him coming back to Stranger Things, and all of a sudden, like, because of it, he was just throwing F-bombs everywhere on the set of Stranger Things. And it, like, they had to like kind of stop him from saying the F word too many times.
It's amazing.
Man, buddy, I could go on for more, like 5 more hours, but we should probably chill. And
yeah, that's fair.
So now maybe we should do 3 questions.
Yeah, I think let's do it.
Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3.
Question number 1. What is the best death/kill in it?
Wow. That's a great question because I didn't even think about this. Wow.
Right?
I hate to say it, but I think it's Georgie.
I put that too, buddy.
I don't love the kill, I don't love Georgie getting killed, but that scene, I have watched that scene like maybe 3 times as many times as I've watched the entire movie.
I mean, that's fair.
I just think that's a perfect scene. Everything except for some of the CG, but everything. Right. I love the introduction of Pennywise and Georgie. To this day, and I know you do too. I go, what does he? Oh well, yeah. What does he say? now that I'm on the spot, I can't remember. Take it. I say take it a lot, or I say, can you smell the popcorn, Georgie? Do you like popcorn? Pop, 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 pop. I do that all the time, and
I know.
It is literally one of my favorite scenes in any movie ever made, ever.
That's awesome. It's a great scene.
Yeah.
Question number 2. Was this movie scary?
That's an interesting question. That is a very interesting question. I think, to some people, this movie has a lot of scary points.
Yeah.
However, this movie was the first time I really got into heated, is a movie a horror movie if it's not scary conversations.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, because I had multiple people, a couple of friends on Facebook that I can literally remember their conversations because that was back when, you remember when I used to post like my Scotty's movie reviews on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
And I definitely did one for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one friend going, I just didn't think it was scary at all. And then another friend, I don't even know if he commented on mine or if he posted it himself. He's like, I just don't consider it a horror movie because it wasn't scary. And that's when I got into the whole conversation that you and I have had many times, and talked about. Like, if you don't find a comedy funny, is it still a comedy? Yes.
Right.
Just because you don't personally find a horror movie scary doesn't mean it's not still a horror movie. It is definitely a horror movie.
Yeah, for sure.
It didn't scare me, but it gave me a thrill throughout the entire movie.
I agree. Yep, I agree with you. Everything you just said.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, friend. Question number 3. Did you have fun with horror?
More fun than I have ever had with horror.
Nice. Look at that.
Andrew, did you have fun with horror?
I had a blast with horror, buddy. This is such a fun movie. So yes, I did.
Beautiful. I love it.
Beautiful.
Get it?
Me too.
Get it?
I got it.
Did you got it? Because I love it.
I got it.
It. Andrew, I'm
No, I
sorry
got
for
it.
talking through most of that episode. I'm very passionate about this movie. I don't know if you could tell.
No, I loved this. I loved it. No, it was fun. This was really fun, dude.
I love you, buddy. Thanks for listening to me throughout this
I love
entire
you.
episode.
You stop. Stop. We had a conversation. Stop.
I'll stop. It.
First time.
Hey, what do you guys want to do tomorrow? I'll start my training. What training? Street Fighter. Is that how you want to spend your summer? Inside of an arcade? You're spending it inside of your mother.
Oh! What if we go to the quarry?
Okay, Andrew. That was our discussion of It, the movie. So now the big question, Andrew. What is our next movie? Will it be the sequel to this movie, or are we going to take a detour before we do the sequel to something else? Andrew, what's our next movie?
Or are we doing the mini-series?
Oh,
We're not.
Okay.
We're not.
I was ready. I
I know. No, I really did think about this because I went, do I do the sequel or do we make people wait? Do we leave it on a cliffhanger? What do we think of part 2? Or chapter 2, I should say. But I'm not going to do that to people. We're going to give them what
Okay.
they want. Our next movie, friend, is It Chapter 2.
Hey, you know what? You're assuming that that's what people want.
You know what? I know what people want.
After this episode, maybe they don't. They're like, the last thing I want to hear is these two guys talk about the second movie. Jeez.
Or they're like, wow, that was a great episode. I can't wait for the second movie. And now I'm going to get all my friends to listen to this podcast.
Or they all turned it off an hour ago and we're just talking to ourselves and nobody hears this at all.
I know for a fact that some of our listeners are still with us right here.
I can think of 2. I can think of 2 listeners that are definitely still with us.
And so can I, and that's great. I love it.
Now the rest of you, if anybody else is still with us and you're not one of those 2 people, because those 2 people know who they are.
Oh, yeah.
They know. If you're there, say hi. Tell us that you love clowns on top of a cake.
There we go.
And we'll know
I'm starting
that
to
you
like
listen
this.
till the end. Yeah, hey, there you go.
I like this.
All right, we are not going to lie. Andrew, let's not lie. This was kind of a difficult episode to record.
It was. It was a lot, but it was fun. Like once we got past the intro, I felt like things went smooth. Or at least like it was an interesting way to record, but it was fun. Like it was a fun conversation. It was fun to talk about this.
It was a fun conversation, but let me just paint a picture for people. I am trying to keep an eye on Andrew right now, but he's holding his phone in his hand while we're FaceTiming. And not only is he moving it around like a drunk sailor, but his connection isn't completely smooth, so it's like the choppiest moving around. It's like I'm talking to my friend in Ireland. And he's a drunken sailor.
Well, it's like, what are you going to do with me, you know?
What am I going to do with you? But you know what? I love every episode that we do together, and I love you.
And I love you, and we'll remember this episode for sure. Not just because it was fun, but we'll go, hey, remember when we had all those issues?
Yeah. We were so lucky because things just got worse from there.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Anyway, tune in 2 weeks to find out if our It Chapter 2 episode is going to be longer than this one.
It might.
It might. This was a long one, but we'll see. We'll see, everybody. But until then, Andrew, I can't say it enough. I love you, buddy.
Scotty, I'm the same way. I can't say it enough. I love you, too.
I love you, you drunken sailor. Irish sailor.
You know me.
I'm surprised you haven't done an Irish accent yet. But anyway,
I really
else?
was. Yeah. I
Go
thought
ahead,
about
try
it, but I was like, we have Irish listeners that are going to be like, stop.
Stop it. Yes, stop it. Okay, that's a good point. Anyway, everybody, we
Stop.
love you. Thank you
need
for
to
listening. And until next week,
Yes.
goodbye.
Bye. We love you.
Aren't you guys coming in?
It's gray water.
What the hell's gray water?
It's basically piss and shit. So I'm just telling you, you guys are splashed around in millions of gallons of Derry pee. So, are you serious?
Doesn't smell like caca to me, senor.
Okay, I can smell that from here.
It's probably just your breath wafting back into your face.
Have you ever heard of a staph infection?
Also, your staph infection.
This is so unsanitary. This is literally like swimming inside of a toilet bowl right now. I mean, have you ever heard of a listeria?
No!